love the game. I love the hustle, man.
Man, we got to hold it down again without Doughboy, huh? All right, ready? 3.
Yep.
2. We back, man. What's good? I go by the name of Stealth. We got Teddy White for 05. This is the All Net Rim. The All Net No Rim podcast. You know what I'm saying? We back with another one. Episode number 7. My guy over here, Teddy White for 05, man. All Net No Rim podcast, episode number 7. What's good with my brother, man?
What's happening with my dog, baby?
Hey,
back again.
Man,
you know,
so we back.
baby.
We back. I'm excited, man. NBA season.
Sure.
NBA season's right around the corner. Preseason. Well, we got training camp starting for the early preseason teams next week on the 26th to 27th. So NBA, and then we got preseason games, I believe, on the 8th. I think. No, the 5th.
Yeah,
the 5th, October 5th. October 5th, we got NBA games. So. Man, we about to go crazy, man. We held it down for the summer, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of hard to get content sometimes because the summer is slow, especially after free agency and the draft is over. And then it's kind of like, what are you talking about? But, you know, I feel like we all got through it together. Now we about to go hard every week with the pods, content. Also, too, we're going to be starting an Instagram page for this All Net No Rim thing real soon. We already have a TikTok. Yeah. We're going to start getting real active over there as well. So I will put the TikTok in the description of this video. But yeah, man, just a quick little intro. Oh, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Y'all showed us crazy love on the last content we did, on the last podcast we did, and the short form clips that we took from the pod that we uploaded on the channel. Y'all showed crazy love. We actually got, I think that was our best performing long format podcast that we've done so far. So we definitely want to say thank you and appreciate y'all for that. What's good though, man? What's good though, man? Talk to me. How you feeling?
Hey man, ain't nothing new, man. Life's still the same, you know what I mean? Yeah. But a little drama, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? Yeah. We back though. We alive. Back. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing better today than I was yesterday, man.
That's all that counts. Tomorrow's gonna be even better. So, you feel me? That's how we're gonna do it. Advantage, baby. That's how we're gonna do it. Now we are holding it down without our brother Dope Boy Bush once again, man. Where's he at? Nah, we finally got his computer fixed. I had to help him. I had to play IT with him over the phone a couple of days ago. So we got his computer fixed. So he should be on the next pod. You know, so we're gonna try to get him in on the next one. But me and Teddy White gonna hold it down again for today.
We're gonna hold it down on this one, man, till my dog is back.
Yeah, so also, again, before we get into the topics, I just want to say thank y'all. Thank all the new subs, the comments, the likes, everybody supporting what we got going. I see a lot of people kind of reaching out to us. We're getting followers on Twitter and all that. People reaching out saying they like the content, they want to see more. We need y'all support, you feel me? So we need y'all to comment, run it up, comment, like, share all the content, because that's what's gonna help us grow. Y'all see everybody else growing. That's the same thing that happens with them. People share their content, they like it, they comment, and so we need that support from y'all. If y'all really think that what we're doing is, you know what I'm saying, entertaining, and you know you like our opinions, our takes, and things like that, just show the love, man. So that's all we ask. That's all we ask. You know what I mean? So, also too, the last thing before we get to the topics, right? If there's anybody who wants to, if you guys have any businesses, any products, anything you want to push, and you feel like we can help you guys get it out there, please email us. The email is in the description. Reach out to us that way, and maybe we can get something going for you guys. But yeah, anything, you know, business related, please reach out to us on that email, and we're gonna chop it up, man. So all that preliminary stuff out the way, all the housekeeping stuff out the way, man. We're gonna get to these topics, man. So
let's get into it, baby.
The first topic we got right now is the Kings news, right? So if y'all remember last week, the week before, I believe, we did a topic talking about JaVale McGee and all these all these centers that the Kings kind of accumulated. We're talking about JaVale, we're talking about Nerlens, we said Kata, Lynn. And if y'all remember my takes, I was like, man, why do we have so many centers? Like, what are we doing? Like, I just feel like that was kind of redundant to have all these centers on the roster when they're all not going to play, right? And then that's not even including Sabonis, and that's not even including the other big man, Lyles. So I was like, man, what are we doing with that? So the Kings did recently release Nerlens Noel and Neemias Queta, right? Neemias, man, I kind of feel like, you know, we drafted him. I feel like he has some promise, but I don't really feel like he had a strong summer league. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I remember.
You wasn't big on his summer league.
I almost called you from the summer league game. Like, you know what, man?
Yeah. Nah, you were at the summer league game and you text me. You was like, Nemius. I'm like, nah, give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? He running the floor, he blocking shots, he rebounded, but maybe he just didn't develop enough. And look like he was going to cost a little bit of paper if he was on the opening night roster or something like that. It was it looked like his $2 million salary for the upcoming season. It was a minimum salary contract for $2 million. It was a $250K guarantee. They released him and Nerlens so they can find other rosters before the season starts. Maybe they can get a preseason with another team because we signed JaVale McGee. Like I said, so we got rid of 2 centers, which I'm glad about. But also too, we signed Jordan Ford to a 2-way. Hometown kid, man. He went to high school in our area. The Kings signed him to a 2-way point guard, and I feel like that's more of what we needed. Kind of like that guard depth in case somebody gets hurt. I feel like he's a smart player. Knock on wood, but if like Davion got hurt or Fox got hurt, you can kind of plug him in, and he can kind of man the ship. He's not going to be the same type of player, but he'll be effective. What do you think about these moves that the Kings have made, waiving the 2 centers and signing Jordan Ford to a 2-way?
I actually love it. I know we had a conversation about a week ago. We just dropped the podcast on an episode talking about, what the signing of JaVale McGee and the 2 extra centers that we do have on board.
I didn't like it. Or I didn't like it.
Strongly opinionated.
It was just like, what are we doing? I kind of didn't know the direction of, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you definitely voiced your opinion on that.
Yeah.
And it was actually all facts, though. You was kind of seeing into the future.
I did.
We just didn't see behind the scenes that the Kings felt the same way.
Yeah.
They felt like they had too many big bodies on the roster, right?
Yeah.
So eventually we knew it was going to get cut down. Now, in my mind, I thought they would at least cut down maybe one center.
Yeah.
I didn't see 2.
I didn't see 2.
I didn't see 2
because when I was thinking Nemius Keita, I was thinking Stockton for him and maybe Nerlens and McGee. But then I guess they figured they want to give Lynn some run too. So they got rid of 2 centers, man. They got rid of 2.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Good deal for Keita. I'm glad to see that he's moved on and that he was able to find a job really immediately with the 76ers.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he signed over with the 76ers. Good place to be. Good place to sign, especially for what he's doing.
What about Nerlens? Did Nerlens land somewhere or no?
No, he's still a free agent out there. Still a free agent right now at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know what? I love the moves that the Kings did. I love the move the Kings that have been doing all offseason, honestly. I went into the offseason with expectations that we would get that big name person. You know what I mean? But one thing that we didn't do, we didn't land that big name person, but we did get depth. We got Kings now deeper. Are one of the
deepest teams in the league.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And you know what, man? I love what they did so far. I like that JaVale McGee was a bonus, and you still got Alex Lynn on the roster. You got a little depth at the point guard with Fox and Davion, and you got Ford on there still. He might get a little bit of playing time, but
he'll be in Stockton for sure.
He'll be in Stockton.
Keon Ellis, they'll be down there. I like Keon Ellis too. Yeah. I wish there was a way for him to kind of get up here and show what he can do, because I feel like he has a lot of potential. But it's just sometimes the way the chips fall, the way the rosters are made, it's kind of hard to get up here with the main rosters to showcase your talent. But who knows? He might get an opportunity one day. But Jordan Ford and Keon Ellis, I think those are 2 guys that definitely two guys that you want to have in your farming system that have the potential in case, again, somebody gets hurt or something like that. Knock on wood, hopefully nobody does. But I feel like those are guys who are already in the system. Already kind of, you know what I mean? They're familiar. Keon Ellis actually played some games last season with the main roster. So the guys already know him. He's Kings. He's in the Kings family.
Yeah.
So I like that. I'm excited, man. I'm excited going to this season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big sign, like you said, the Jordan 4. Was we talking about the Jordan 4?
Jordan 4. And remember, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if I said this on the last podcast or if I told you personally through text, but remember I was like, bro, I'd rather us sign forward than sign like another center. Remember I said that?
You did say that.
I said
you
that.
Did say that.
So it's crazy. I kind of called everything that happened. I was like, okay, this having 4 centers is redundant. So we got rid of 2 centers and we signed Jordan 4. Those are the 2 things that I said personally to you and one on this pod. So man, I think I should be in the front office. No, can I be a consultant or something?
You're on the right path, brother.
Yeah,
on the right path, brother. Sure,
what you think,
you're on
man?
the right path.
Okay.
Whatever we got to do to get you in there, so I can get a job. But you know what? I'm big on Jordan 4.
Yeah.
Summer he averaged. I believe he came in summertime, averaged 16, something like that, somewhere between.
He had a good summer league.
And then when you go back to the G League, he was averaging 18 and like 4, 18 and 5.
He's a good player, man.
So this is a guy that's not only is his IQ good.
That's what I like. I like that. I like the IQ.
But his game continues to get better, even at, you know what I mean? Better every day, comes into the gym. And not only with those numbers, 16 in the summer, in the regular season in the G League, he averaged 18. So right there, that's telling you that one thing that he's a consistent player.
Yeah. Smart. He's smart, consistent.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
And he's a guy to where, like, if you've seen him over the years, you've seen this has kind of been his game, even as a high school player. You know what I mean? Floor general, but he could shoot the ball very well.
Yes.
People in high school, when he was in high school, because he went to Folsom High in our area, people were comparing him to like a Steph Curry-ish type game as far as like his shooting, the way he, but now he's developed more into like a floor general, like quintessential point guard. And I feel like that's really good for us to have in our system because we might need that down the road, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he could be. I feel like he could be a solid backup, man. Like, like if we needed to save money or move off a contract or something and move him up, I feel like you could plug him right in. And I feel like he's ready. He's not scared of the moment. He's not, not scared of his opportunity. And
speaking of opportunity, he's in a perfect situation where he's not come in like you said. He can go into the G League and Davion. In. I expect Davion to take that next step to make it even harder for Jordan 4 to get on the floor. Absolutely.
Okay. In what ways? In what ways?
You know what? That would be a topic on the next discussion, and we would bring that. We'll do a Davion topic. And what I expect from Davion and growth that I expect to see from him. So we'll get into that.
All right.
But learning from the Fox, learning from these veterans. I think he's in a great position. I think he's in a great position to learn and not to be rushed. If he does ever get the opportunity to see the floor.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. One more point to make with the Kings. As of right now, I believe there's still one more roster spot open. There's a 15th roster spot.
I'm just waiting for this physical to clear up.
So right now,
just waiting on me to fill that roster spot.
Right. So I'm kind of looking right here. As of yesterday, I'm looking here. This is speculation as the Kings will look to add depth on the wings. Some of the names that are kind of thrown out there right now, not Kelly Oubre. He's already signed with the Sixers. But Kent Bazemore, Rudy Gay, Will Barton, Juan Toscano Anderson, Stanley Johnson. They're some of the names that might come in before training camp, or they might sign for the preseason to see if they can add something to the team. Out of those names, I like Will Barton. What do you like out of those names? Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay's a little old. Kent Bazemore, Toscano Anderson, he can't shoot, and I feel like he got a lot of opportunity down in LA before they moved on from him.
Defender, maybe a defender that you can bring in. I was on the but I know you've been strong on. You know what? We didn't defense, so I will say this. It's nothing out there that makes me go. You know what? To that, but I wouldn't be mad at a Will Barton. Somebody
if they was able to snag Oubre a couple days ago before he signed, that would have been like, woo.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
Bruh, could you imagine that?
I don't know where he would have got the opportunity to get in on the floor at.
True.
I understand it.
Yeah.
Maybe we, you can never have enough. So, maybe go after another wing, like you said, Will Barton.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do another, not another guard. Yeah, just wing.
Yeah.
Just address the wing.
I wouldn't mind like a Will Barton or something like that. But yeah, man. So, like I said, training camp starts next week,
Right around the
corner, man.
Right around the corner, we pulling up.
Looks October 5th. No. That's the first preseason games. But yeah, training camp's going to start a little bit before that. And once we get these preseason games, we're gonna have some games to watch, and then we're gonna be heading into the season. So basketball's pretty much back in a week or so. So y'all get ready, man. Y'all get ready.
That's it. We're right around the corner.
And speaking of getting ready for the season, man, Chris Paul.
Hold on. Let me grab my what's in there real quick. Hold on.
What's that?
My charger about to go.
Oh, go ahead.
You can edit that.
No, we're gonna edit that. Okay. So speaking of this upcoming NBA season, man, we're gonna talk about these Golden State Warriors. Chris Paul. Now, there was recently a video with him and Draymond. I just watched it a minute ago. Him and Draymond working out together. So I like to see that because I feel like those are the two guys who are known to everybody know they didn't like each other. You know what I'm saying? In previous years, and in their battles with their teams over the years and whatnot. And they both has pretty much said nah, I ain't rock with bruh. You know what I mean? But to see them kind of in the lab in the gym working together, I felt like that was cool. But there's rumors. I believe it was Mark Stein, or was Mark Spears reporting? Let me see. Mark Spears, ESPN's Mark Spears.
Mark J.
Huh?
What'd you say, Mark J. Spears?
Mark Spears, yep. So so he was saying that he expects Chris Paul to start for the Warriors. Now we don't know who's not going to be in the starting lineup, but I believe I talked about it, or we talked about it with y'all, or we talked about it together, and I was saying I feel like it should be CP, Curry, Clay, Dre, and Wiggins. And I would think that's the only way you could do it, because unless they don't start Clay, I don't see that happening. No, that's Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Warriors' favorite. Wiggins, your best defending wing, he's not going to come off the bench. Looney would have to be the guy that, you know what I'm saying? So it would be a small lineup with Draymond at the 5, would be my assumption. So what do you think about CP3 starting for the Warriors? I mean, that's Chris Paul, man. I don't like him off the bench, no way, but I guess they're kind of looking at it as, if he was to come off the bench, he would kind of play that Jordan Poole role, the point guard off the bench for Curry or whatever, like six man basically. He'd be like six man. But if he's not the six man, he would be starting. Do you feel like he'd be better suited as in the starting 5, or would he be better suited as a six man for the Warriors coming into next season?
Man, really? I mean, I never thought that he wasn't going to start.
Me too.
I felt like Paul was going to always start this whole time. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they did clear this up, so we don't have to go back and forth with the speculation of whether or not he's going to start. So let's get that out of the way. I mean, honestly, I like it. I agree with you. Somebody does have to come out of the starting lineup. Now, who do you take out? I do like Draymond at the 5. He's tough enough he seems tough enough, plays big enough to hold that position down.
And I think other teams will have problems guarding him at the 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All 5 of them, because now they're smaller. You got 4 people on the court that can shoot. Looks like Draymond been working on his jumper, hope that starts sinking.
Yeah.
Now you got 5 people that can actually score. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's going to be, I ain't gonna lie, bro, it's going to be very, very interesting to see this chemistry, to see how this pans out and see how this, absolutely. Yeah. But I do, if anybody can come together and get this thing to get done, it's going to be Paul, this coalition of players.
Steve
you know
Kerr,
what I'm saying?
Curry.
Exactly. Yes. All very high Q players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Students of the game. So
and the thing with Chris Paul, CP3, he's such a like you said, high IQ player. Hall of Famer, you know, but what I like about him is he's a real distributor of the ball. He doesn't need to score the ball, but he can score, right? So you have him bringing up the ball, and you're gonna have all these different actions and pin downs and movements with Curry, Wiggins, Clay. That's gonna be with Draymond setting screens. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a lot tougher.
The Warriors gonna be tough. I think, and again, we talked about this on one of our past podcasts when CP3, talking about the CP3 on the Warriors and things like that. Nobody's really talking about this acquisition, him being added to that mix. I think this is going to be something that's talked about as the weeks kind of go into the season, as we see how it develops, see it all come together. That's when people are going to start talking about, hey, see, but nobody's really talking about that right now. It kind of happened. It was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And that was it. But nobody really talked about how it's going to look. To me, I'm seeing the dangers of it. Being a Kings fan, I'm like, I don't want to see this team, bro. Like, not no series again. Like, you kidding me?
Right.
Like, if you have him being the floor general for this team, and you got all these other guys you got to worry about. That's gonna be tough, bro. That's gonna be tough for any team in the West to deal with. Now again, going back to Draymond starting at the 5, when you have guys like Jokic, Gobert, those bigger centers in the West, and even like if you're playing, on the East Coast run with Embiid, things like that, it's gonna be kind of tough, for him to go up against those type of guys because Draymond's not like a big dude. He could play the 5, but Draymond's probably what 6'7". Yeah, he plays big, 6'7", maybe what
confident and big,
240, 250. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Yeah. But I don't know. So that's gonna be interesting to see those matchups. But maybe those kind of switch it up here and there. You know what I mean? Maybe they might start like a Looney or something, or maybe bring like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how Steve Kerr gets creative, because for him to say, for Mark Spears to say this, first of all, he's like, he kind of knows what he's talking about. He's
tuned in.
He's tuned in. He's always around the Warriors. He's like a Northern California like guy. You know what I'm saying? So he knows these teams very well. He knows the franchises and the front offices very well. So for him to say this, he's definitely caught wind of something. We'll see though, man. We'll see. I think it's scary when you think about it though, from a basketball standpoint.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. It is.
No, what you about to say?
I said no. It is scary. One thing that will happen, going small with Looney coming off of the court, they do lose a big body of screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing that Clay isn't the guy that sets screens. He does.
Draymond can, and Draymond will.
Really the only Wiggins too.
Maybe Wiggins.
Mm-hmm. But like you said, Steve Kerr's gonna definitely have to get creative with these offensive sets. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, man, I'm excited to see this NBA season without doubt, especially the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we have them early in the season, right? Is that opening night for our home game?
Yeah. Yep.
So we have the Warriors, man. Can't wait to see that game. That's gonna be crazy. Me too. My partner who had the tickets, man, he hollered at me. He's like, "Yo, you want to go?" Like, oh man, a little bit pricey for me right now, but man, maybe next season I'll be able to be there opening night, man. But nah, like I said, I'm excited. We're gonna see how they look, man. Opening night against.
We're gonna make it work.
We're gonna see how they look against the Kings real early. So, Chris Paul, man, he might start for the Warriors. All right, next topic, man. So the NBA has implemented a new policy, right?
Right.
Kind of controversial, for I think for the players, not for the fans, not for the league, but for the players. I can see why some of them might not like this. But we have here the NBA Board of Governors expected to vote on a new policy that a team is unable to rest 2 star players in the same game. Under current discussions among team and league personnel, star is defined as someone who's made an all-star or all NBA team in the past 3 seasons, right? So if you're an all-star or if you made all NBA, you can't.
You should have your ass on the court.
Pretty much, right? So that's pretty much what Adam Silver wants. The league did have a problem with that, and they're trying to fix it, man. Guys weren't playing these national games. They were resting. Sometimes rightfully so, coming off injuries and things like that. But if you're just resting for the sake of, okay, like, what I mean? It's like, he's like, yo, get out there and play, because it is a business and they're looking at it from a business standpoint. But if you're a player, and there is something too, if you're over, if you're like over 35 and you play like X amount of games, where is that? I don't think I have it right here. But it's something, if you've played a certain amount of games and you're over the age of 35, there's an exception for you. So that's pretty much like Curry, LeBron, you know what I mean? Okay. So so I did see that. So that's important to note. What's your thoughts on this new policy that the NBA implemented?
I honestly, I like it.
Do you?
I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, my thing is I respect the player that puts his body and sacrifices, puts it on the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't take advantage of that though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's too many times where me and my son went to a game, or me and you went to a game, or I went to a game by myself expecting that I'm going to see somebody.
And then they don't play.
And they're not even playing.
I remember I had Laker tickets one time and LeBron didn't play. I was like, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like.
Right. So You know, I have not done the research on this, but I would love to do research on the star players. How many games have they missed, down from Kawhi to Paul George to LeBron to AD? I want to see how many games these dudes have missed due to load management over the years, because this has gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
You know, prime time games on, you know, your favorite player that you've been waiting all week to see, he not playing because he in a city he don't really like, and it's not enough fans. You know what
right.
I mean?
And then that's,
so it's load management.
Yeah. Right. And then, you know, like for going back to the NBA and from a business standpoint, that's not good with these sponsorships, and you want people to watch, and you know what I mean. And then if the big stars ain't playing, a lot of these guys ain't gonna watch. A lot of these players, a lot of people ain't gonna watch, because let's be honest, a lot of NBA viewers are casual viewers. They want to see the stars, right? With me and you, and you know, people watching this channel and this content, we just love basketball, right? So we're gonna watch regardless. We're gonna have it on, whether or not we're just sitting there tuned in all the way, but we're gonna have it on in the background, watching it, checking it out. But other people are like, oh, I'm just gonna watch something else. I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna go out like, oh, LeBron ain't playing, or Curry ain't playing, or you know what I'm saying? I'm gone. So Adam Silver's trying to help that. Do you think it's gonna help that though? Like, or do you feel like the teams and players are gonna find ways around this? What do you think?
I mean, it's always gonna find a way.
Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like little loopholes and things like that. Yeah.
Come on, baby, we're gonna find a way around it. You know what I'm saying? They tried to switch the $100 bill up on us, thinking the line was gonna stop us from creating the $100 bill. We're gonna find a way around. Find a way,
right? Right.
You know But man, you know what? It has taken the fun out of the game, the excitement out of the game. And especially when dudes that's been taken off the whole season, and when playoffs come around, like these dudes' performance don't even be looking the same.
And
you done missed 72 games, because
essentially that's what it was for, right? For players to get ready for the playoffs, get ready for the postseason, and then it's like, is it even really making a difference? Because if you look at the teams that have won, you know, Jokic they weren't really low managing Jokic. You know, he did kind of turn his ankle one time. I think he was out for a few games, but they won. Jamal Murray, now he was coming off of ACL, so he did get some rest here and there. I don't think he was playing back-to-backs before the playoffs and things like that. But, you know, I mean, besides guys like that, and then Giannis and them a couple years ago, they won a championship. Who won the year after? Warriors.
Warriors.
I don't know if they were low managing that year. I don't think so. I think when they were healthy, they were playing.
Them
so when you look at these teams that are winning, they're not really practicing the load management thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure how well it helps, or, you know, Kawhi still got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He only plays 15 games a season. So it was like, you know what I mean? He still ended up getting hurt and not playing. And then, you know, then they sat Paul George, you know. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
I'll tell you this though. I couldn't imagine.
Oh, you cut out a little bit. Say it again.
I said I couldn't imagine Jordan, AI, the Kobe's.
Oh no, they wouldn't do that, bro.
Playing 32 games a season, and then going into their contract, talking about, you know what, I don't even want to. I ain't showing up.
But do you think this new day and age of like having the medical information available that these guys have now, that the staffs have now, that these doctors have now, that they're saying like, hey, you know, to prevent, you know, A, B, and C from happening, you know, we're going to give you, you know, periods of rest here and there, you know, to prevent you from, you know, or to help prevent you from risking further injury to whatever you may be recovering from, or just give you some rest. We see your body's been, you know, going through the rigors of the NBA season. We're going to give you a couple days of rest. Like, do you think that that's better for today's game, like having that information now, or do you just feel like guys should just play regardless? If you're healthy, play. Like, how do you feel?
I mean, if you're healthy,
so that's
play.
How you feel.
You know, research and all that stuff is gonna come back into play with anything that you do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's just what it's going to be. But one thing for sure is that at the end of the day, what hasn't changed is if someone's healthy, they're going to play the game. That's what it's always been from day one, since they was playing with the peach basket. Yeah. If you're healthy, you get out there and let's go.
Get out there and play.
You know what I'm saying? These dudes be so caught up in their outfit the night before and having their jewelry on and being drippy.
See, that's the thing, right? So when I think about it, right, I'm be honest with you, like the guys I kind of thought about, not the older guys like LeBron or, you know, even Clay coming off those major injuries, not guys like that. Not even guys like, even when they're hurt. Like, I wasn't even really thinking Kawhi. I know a lot of people, well, Kawhi, you can maybe throw him in the mix, but I'm thinking guys like Zion. Like, because towards the end of the season, there was a lot of people, there was a lot of noise that say, hey, he's physically ready to play. And he even said, like, when they interviewed him, I remember right before the playoffs, he was like, yeah, I got to feel like Zion before I get out there. I'm paraphrasing, I don't know what he said, but, I got to feel like myself before I get out there. And he was talking about from a mental standpoint. But it's like, bro, like,
well, damn, Zion, you ain't gonna feel like Zion if you
just don't. If you don't feel like playing, it's like, bro, like, you just gotta get out there. Like, are you scared to get hurt again? What do you mean? Like, I don't feel like Zion. Like, what does that mean? And like, you just like your point just said, like, bro, you're not gonna feel like that until you get out there and play. Like, what do you need to feel?
It's not. Just not.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking. Yeah, guys like that is the ones I'm kind of like, AD. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's known to be, injury prone and things like that. But I'm like, guys like that, those are the ones I kind of feel like they're saying, like, all right, y'all get out there and go play.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did want to go back to what the point I was trying to make earlier. So what it is if you're 35 years old on opening night, and you've played 1,000 regular season games and played 34,000 minutes logged, then you're eligible for rest on occasion, right? So I guess it's kind of different for guys, who fit into that category. Like I said, the LeBrons, things like that.
So it's like accumulating sick time, basically.
Right.
Sick time, you can go.
Right.
Okay, I like that, Adam.
So
I like that.
What do you think about that?
You know what? It's just like at a real job. You cut your time, hard work, you will be rewarded. But now you calling out and shit, and you done called out 6 times in 1 month, and then you come on now, brother.
No, yeah.
Now you just
what
taking
you doing
advantage.
again? Zion, like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Nah, for real. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if it helps the ratings and helps the sponsorships and helps these national games because it is kind of irritating when these dudes ain't playing, man. There's a lot of money involved in this. You know what I'm saying? Betting. You know what I'm saying? Daily fantasy, and that affects the bottom line. If it affects the bottom line, they're going to look at it. And apparently, for them to do this, it's had to affect their bottom line in some way, shape, or form. And this has been ongoing for multiple seasons, consecutive, several seasons.
It's affected the game. It's affected the fans. And like you said, again, it's affected the bottom line. Yep.
And that's the main thing. Once you do that,
bottom line and messing with their money.
Yeah, they ain't having that. They're not having that.
Come on,
they're not having
company
that.
meeting.
Yeah,
company meeting.
right. So yeah, man. So we'll see how that works out for the NBA, man. So that's definitely gonna be new. Did we talk about the? I don't want to get into it right now, but did we talk about the play-in? Not the play-in.
We didn't.
The tournament. We didn't talk about that. That should be interesting too because I think that starts in like November. It starts early, so it's like the mid-season,
like a warm-up,
the mid-season tournament, and it's like it's like you play your regular season games, but you're still getting like points or whatever, and then the top 4 teams go to Vegas or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna see how that turns out, but to me, at first I was like, but it sounds kind of interesting, man. So we got that coming up this season too.
Yeah, man, especially for me, when you've been doing something and you've known something for so long,
and they switch it up. Yeah.
Now it's looking corny. Now you looking corny. You looking desperate.
But that's how I felt. That's how I felt about. That's not the play-in. That's how I felt about the play-in for the playoffs. Right. I was like, man, what is this?
Right. That's how I was too.
Now I'm kind of used to it, and I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so this is like a mid-season tournament that they got coming up, man, and it's going to be the championship is going to be in Vegas. They're going to get an NBA team in Vegas, so that's coming. That's coming. I feel like that's probably gonna be the first city, even before Seattle to get an NBA team. Mm-hmm. It should be Seattle, but man, it's
Vegas, Seattle. Them like the only 2 right now. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could even matter.
Nah, but yeah, a lot of new changes coming up for this NBA season, man. So now our last topic of the day. I feel like this is a quick pod, but hey, man.
We just moving and grooving.
We moving and grooving, man. We shaking, man. So NBA 2K, man, recently dropped their game almost 2 weeks ago now. And they sometimes ratings come out, they're controversial. You know what I mean? Now I wanted to talk about this because, the Kings is like our home team for this channel, right? Now we talk all NBA, but the Kings are our hometown squad, right? So they got the ratings for these players, and I want to know what y'all think about these players. Specifically you, Teddy. I want to know what you think about these ratings, right? So I'm gonna tell you the overalls, right? I'm gonna start. All right, so they got Kevin Huerter 80 overall, 80. Keegan Murray overall 80. Malik Monk 82. Domantas Sabonis 87. And De'Aaron Fox 88. The floor is yours. What did they get right? Really what they get right? What they get wrong?
Huerter. That's about right. Huerter was the only one. 80 is about right.
80? You give him 80? Is that high for 78?
I was thinking between the 78 and the 80, but you know what? Hometown discount, you playing for the hometown squads. So I'm gonna roll with the 80.
Now,
them other things that they got going on with the Fox 88, it's a bonus.
But hold on,
come on,
but hold on. One of what caught me was Keegan and Huerter being rated the same 80. You mean to tell me Keegan's not better than Huerter?
What they got? They got Monk 82.
They got Monk 82. I think Keegan Murray is better than Malik Monk. That could be. I don't know what y'all think about that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Maybe I'm kind of projecting. Maybe I'm projecting because Monk has some big games. Monk has some big games.
Some real big games. But the thing is, whether whoever, at the end of the day, we know them numbers ain't adding up to what they really are.
Right. So
we're 80.
So where would you put Huerter? Let's start. Where would you put Huerter? So he's 80, rated 80.
I put him somewhere between that 78,
70.
80.
Yeah.
Right there.
So between 78 and 80, okay, we'll give him 80. Keegan, the same rating as Huerter? Keegan, the same rating as Huerter?
Hell no.
At 80?
I'm thinking Keegan's at 84.
I think you got to give Keegan like 83 at the least 83.
Come on, Monk is at least at 85, 86.
So they get Monk 82.
I'll take that 85, 82. Okay, now I'm giving Monk an 84, 85. He's at least 84,
84, 85. Now
when we get into Sabonis and this Fox shit, that's 90s. That's not even hard. We ain't even got to argue.
De'Aaron Fox should be like 92.
Come on,
88. Bro, and when you look at the comments on the NBA 2K page on IG, everybody was saying that like, yo, like y'all got Fox wrong. Like, I don't think too many people was like too upset with Sabonis, but I would put like Sabonis at like maybe 89.
I'm fine with that.
I will bump Sabonis up from 87 to like 89. De'Aaron Fox got to be up. He's above 90, bro. 92, 92 minimum, bro, for De'Aaron Fox. For sure. 92.
Sure.
There's not a lot of players that could do what he does. Like, they're at all. Like, what?
NBA closer, like
Mr. Clutch Award, you know what I'm saying? Like, All-Star. What do you average? 20, 25?
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? Yeah. Almost like, what are we talking about?
But again, that goes back to, these people don't see the game.
Yeah.
They just going off whatever.
Everybody saw the playoff games, and I feel like everybody's kind of basing what they saw off the playoffs.
Yeah. But this year right here, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? K2 come back around, all that. How expected it.
Oh no, they're gonna have to adjust those.
That's gonna be range.
Let's go to the bench. Harrison Barnes 79. Thoughts? High, low, just right.
I'm not sure. It depends what day it is. That can be giving, or that can be
All right. So Harrison Barnes 79.
I'm fine with that.
Trey Lyles 78.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
JaVale McGee 76.
Yep, that's fine.
Chris Duarte 75.
I will say that.
Davion Mitchell 75.
I will get Davion somewhere.
Oh, you cut out. You cut out. You cut out. One more time again.
I get. For me, I would say Davion somewhere. A little less than that.
I don't know why you keep cutting out. You said between 70 what?
You hear me?
Say it again.
I said I would give him that 78 rating.
78? 78?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
78. That's fair.
So we got two more. Now, I understand why they did this for him because we don't know, but they gave Sasha Vezenkov 75.
Okay.
6'9", power forward, small forward, from, is it Greece? Where he play? Where was he from? But anyway, but definitely he was an MVP over there. 75. I mean, that I feel like that's a rating that's like, okay, we really don't know. We're just gonna give you like here's a number.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
You know what I mean? So I guess that's fair. Alex Lynn 71.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, come on, that's fair.
All right. So those are the Kings ratings, man. But I think the one that everybody has beef with for the most part is De'Aaron Fox, man. He got to be in that 90s. There's no, like, how was it? And I don't like that 80 for Keegan. But again, I think the 2K people are rating what they saw last in the playoffs. Like,
yeah, and
you know what I mean?
The rookie, you know what, the rookie thing, his body language, he's not a loud person. He doesn't scream after he gets a big bucket. A lot of these things, character comes into play with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Don't take it personal, big fellas. Don't even trip. Hey, all right. Delph and Teddy White got y'all back.
We got y'all, man.
Oh, no. 2K25 going to be totally different.
For real. All right, so who do you think is going to make the biggest jump and who do you think might drop in their rating? So, again, let me give them to you again. Starting 5, De'Aaron Fox, 88, Sabonis, 87, Malik Monk, 82. Well, he's not a star, but Keegan Murray, 80, and Herter, 80. Harrison Barnes, 79. Biggest leap, biggest drop.
I'm going to say the biggest leap is going to probably be,
Keegan.
I'm going to say Keegan.
Or,
Keegan,
okay, go ahead. Biggest drop?
Keegan can be. See, this is kind of a tricky question because I feel like
it could be
Keegan,
Fox. It could be Fox, the biggest leap.
And it could be Davion. But Davion can also be the biggest.
Because the reason I'm saying Fox could take the biggest leap is because they got him at 88. I feel like that's so much headroom for him to get to that 93, 94. You know what I'm saying?
But
because
for us, though, he's already that 90.
That's what I'm saying. So, but if we're just talking about these,
it's not going to necessarily matter because in our
not because of us,
mind, we know already that.
But I'm talking about the ratings, though. As far as the ratings, he can make that loop. Some bonus could probably get from 87. I could see him being a 90. Getting up to that 90.
For me, Fox can't make improvement because to me, he's already a 90.
But
that's what we're
for us. No, that's for us. But I'm saying, but I'm saying for 2K though.
Yeah.
I'm saying for 2K rating him at 88.
I agree with you.
If he has a season how he did last season, and they're actually paying attention, they're gonna be like, oh, we got to bump him up 91, 92. You know what I'm saying? So I think for them, they would see it as, okay, we got to bump this guy up because 88. I think that's a little low for Fox.
Right.
Because really, and I've seen people have this debate: who would you take, Fox or Ja Morant? I've seen that argument.
You can't go wrong with either one. And I've seen that too, yo.
I've seen that. Who would you take?
Right now, if I had to choose, I'm taking De'Aaron Fox.
Now here's the thing, right? Now, Ja Morant on 2K is rated 92. So they're saying De'Aaron Fox is 4 notches below Ja Morant. I don't know about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Really, to me, they're neck and neck. And if you're gonna put Fox lower, he's no lower than a 90 compared to Ja Morant's 92.
Man, I feel
4 notches below Ja Morant. Like,
I feel like D Fox has a better jump shot. I feel like better defender,
better decision maker.
I mean, we can go
on and on and on, right?
And so, whatever.
Yeah, but definitely 2K. We're gonna see how these ratings get adjusted as the season progresses. But the Kings do got it. You know, now they're the hunted, right? Last season we kind of snuck up on teams. We kind of snuck up on players. You know, they thought it was gonna be easy. They thought it was gonna be an easy win. You know, easy Tuesday night in Sacramento, and they come, get ran out the gym. You know what I'm saying? And we did that many nights this past season. So we're gonna see if we can repeat that process, man. Man, I'm excited about the season coming up. NBA, we got preseason coming. And I am a 2K player, so if anybody wants to smoke, you know what I'm saying, I am on 2K PlayStation.
He's gonna drop his tag in the bio too.
Y'all let me know what y'all want to do, man. Y'all let me know what y'all want to do, man. Holla at me. We can get on the sticks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna use the Kings, and I'm gonna beat you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you know. If anybody, do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what time it is. But man. So like I said, compared to our last couple pods, it's a little short, but we're gearing up for the season, man. NBA news is a little slow, but it's gonna pick right back up real soon here. You know what I'm saying? This was the All Net No Ram podcast, episode number 7. Man, so anything we need to talk about before we get up out of here? Again, like, comment, subscribe. Please, please let us know your thoughts on any of these topics that we talked about, man. Especially if you're a Kings fan, let's talk about some of the Kings stuff. Talk about these ratings. Talk about the roster moves, cutting the 2 centers and adding Jordan Ford. I feel like the Chris Paul topic was very interesting. The resting policy that might affect your team. You might have had some stars resting in your team. You know what I mean? So maybe you're kind of happy to see this. Or if you got older players who you feel like have been injury prone, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's going to, kind of hurt what y'all got going on. But so like, let us know what you think about the topics, man. So we do plan on this being a weekly thing. I know we've been kind of hitting like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, but when the season start, these are going to be weekly. The pod's going to be weekly. Trying to figure out what's better, like early, beginning of the week, middle of the week, or end of the week. Because we kind of want to get on like a schedule to where like y'all know, like, okay, like, oh, they dropping the pod today. You know what I mean? We'll figure that out as we go. I feel like there's going to be like a lot of like marquee primetime games on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like, things just always happen on the weekend. That's just like the nature of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Like that, so maybe we'll try to hit it like Monday, Tuesdays ish. I don't know. We'll see. We'll kind of figure that out. Man, we're gonna try to get Dope Boy